The stadium lights will flash on early tomorrow at Moix, and with them will come questions that stretch far beyond a single 90 minutes. Barcelona arrive as defending champions, a team expected to carry the weight of last season's success into a new campaign, and that expectation is its own kind of pressure. A season opener is never just the first game on a calendar. It is a statement, a mood setter, a public test of whether last season's triumph was a one-off high or the start of something durable. In Barcelona's case, the narrative comes with history attached. A habit of strong starts, a decade during which they rarely surrendered the first-day advantage, and memories of both joyous comebacks and the rare humiliations that remind every powerhouse how fragile momentum can be. Last season's curtain raiser felt like proof. Flick's men turned a shaky beginning at Mestalla into a comeback win, Robert Lewandowski's finishing helping flip the script and handing Barca the kind of opening day confidence managers cherish. That memory is a useful talisman, but it also raises tactical questions. How much will Flick rotate? Which front line will run at Mallorca's backline? Pre-season form whispers promises, but rotation, fitness and the temptation to protect stars or chase an early psychological edge makes the manager's puzzle urgent and visible to every fan and pundit tonight. Across the recent campaigns, Barcelona's opening fixtures have told many different stories, some quiet, some explosive, some nerve. There have been goalless starts that felt like cautious breathing exercises, and there have been games that exploded into goal fests. What ties them together is a pattern of consistency that breeds expectation. Between 2009-10 and 2018-19, the club stitched together a run of opening day victories, so long it became part of the club's DNA, a record that whispers before the ball is even kicked that Barcelona know how to begin well, but records do not guarantee outcomes. The memory of a late heartbreak in 2019-20, when Aritz Aduriz' dramatic winner at San Mamés upended hopes, remains a sharp counterpoint. Champions are not immune to single moments of chaos. Even further back, Pep Guardiola's debut season opened with a shock defeat to Numancia in August 2008. A reminder that managerial reputations and big names don't insulate a side from the peculiarities of opening day. Tomorrow's match, then, sits at the intersection of ritual and uncertainty. Mallorca, playing on home turf, will not simply hand over an easy start. Moix is a compact theatre where atmosphere, familiarity and early season hunger can amplify small advantages. Tactically, the questions are practical and immediate. Who presses first? Who gives the ball away under pressure? Which defensive pairing will resist Mallorca's counters? For Barcelona, set pieces and moments of transition are danger zones and opportunity zones in equal measure. For fans, the eye will be on the expected starters. Will Flick trust a proven core to impose itself from the first whistle, or will rotations intended to keep legs fresh create openings for Mallorca to exploit? The psychological ledger matters as much as the tactical one. An authoritative win would send a message. Barcelona are still the same force, their squad depth real, their confidence intact. A close scrape, or worse, a stumble would seed doubts. Are the new pieces truly integrated? Is the pressure of defending a title already nudging strategy toward caution? Those are the conversations that shape headlines, transfer narratives and even dressing room moods in the weeks that follow. So what should we watch with our attention locked on Moix? First 15 minutes intensity, the tone setter. How Barcelona handle early pressing and whether they try to pin Mallorca back or probe cautiously. Second, how substitutions change momentum later in the half. Managers often reveal intentions on the bench before the scoreboard changes. Third, late game temperament. Openings and finishes when legs are heavy and nerves raw often decide openers. Ultimately, the match is both ritual and verdict. It will not decide the title, but it will whisper the storylines that follow Barcelona across the opening months. Win, and the champions stride forward with a public reassurance that their crown still sits comfortably. Falter, and the season's early narrative becomes a question mark that rivals and critics will pounce upon. Tomorrow at Moix, under the floodlights and in front of a crowd that smells possibility, Barcelona will either convert a history of strong starts into a fresh statement, or they will discover how quickly a bright reputation can be challenged by the small, Boom. Unforgiving moments that make football delicious and uncertain.